VNAO have just released their T-45c Goshawk mod to the public after about 2 years of working on it, and we're taking a look. The Goshawk is a navalised variant of the BAE Systems Hawk, used as a trainer for carrier aviators, with arrestor gear, hook, and air brakes added on. The mod has a clickable cockpit and detailed flight model created in conjunction with feedback from real-world Goshawk pilots. The flight model in general feels pretty nice. It's got some issues on the extremes, but generally speaking, if flown responsibly, you won't notice any problems. It's a surprisingly complete first offering of this mod, although not without a few issues. It's got a startup sequence, although lacking INS or GPS simulation. We can make use of waypoints pre-made in the editor, TACAN beacons, and land-based ILS systems. It does not have carrier ILS, and so is used to train and practice Case 1 pattern landings. There's a healthy number of liveries to pick from with dynamic numbering to match your settings, and we can equip it with either practice rockets or bombs, along with a travel pod for role-playing sake. I'm quite impressed with the external model, animations, and the quality in general. Features like the AOA lights are represented correctly, and it's comparable with the super carrier or standard carrier in DCS. The cockpit is nicely made, and whilst not on the level of a full fidelity module, it's still great, featuring night lighting with individual light controls and a host of MFD pages, with some placeholders for the moment. Being a two-seater, we can also ride along in the backseat, and this works in multiplayer, allowing you to take on an instructor role and share controls of the jet. Whilst there are a few niggles with doing so, this is a really cool feature to have, allowing you to tutor a player's landings and of course take over control should they need a helping hand. If you got a friend struggling with their landings, this will be an invaluable learning aid. I can see this mod being a major tool for introducing players to the complexities of DCS carrier operations. The radios, whilst not hooked up to DCS itself due to modding limitations, it is linked to simple radio standalone and can be used to transmit between players, and even has a functional intercom. With weapons, we've got a working stores page and CCI Pipper with optional manual mode, which works great with the practice bombs. Whilst using rockets, we're limited to the manual Pipper with depression settings. There's also a gun, or rather a simulated gun, which just plays a tone when fired. Sadly, we're missing any air-to-air modes, but air-to-ground works well. The upfront controller has a couple functions such as setting the heading or course for our TACAN beacon, which is nice to have. So whilst the aircraft is missing a number of extra features, it's got everything you need to use it as a trainer and practice flying it for Case 1 patterns and general flying. It's an excellent little addition to DCS and fills a major hole in DCS's inventory, allowing you to simulate training of a new pilot through flight school in the Goshawk up to flying a Hornet or Tomcat later, which I'm certain many virtual squadrons are going to be eager to put to use. I think this is the perfect introductory aircraft for anyone interested in carrier aviation within DCS or wants to work on and practice their carrier landings before taking on one of the bigger aircraft. Being a training aircraft, it lacks a proper damage model, but given it's a non-combat aircraft, that's almost a non-issue. Flying the Goshawk is hands-on but stable and forgiving, requiring lots of trim work and careful stick and throttle handling. She's a little underpowered to what you might be used to, but most certainly will prepare you for flying the Hornet or Tomcat, being perfect for learning core concepts like flying the correct angle of attack, pattern work, ILS, and operations aboard a carrier, helping ease new players into the sim without being overly complicated and intimidating. Learning the basics of the jet will only take an afternoon, after which you're truly ready to get practicing and developing your flying skills. With the short time I've had flying it around, she's relatively easy to fly and land, having its own quirks and considerations. It's been fun and simple to get into. There's an included quick start guide for the aircraft, although it doesn't go into detail on systems, but if you're familiar with any other DCS module, you'll be able to figure out your way around it easily. What's incredible about this mod is that it allows you to try out carrier aviation in DCS for free without the super carrier if you desire. VNAO has done a stellar job in creating this mod, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing this develop further. DCS is sorely lacking a good, solid training aircraft, and the Goshawk mod fits that bill perfectly, making it a great addition for introducing somebody into DCS. So, if you want to give this mod a try yourself, you can check out VNAO's forum post and Discord, download it and give it a go. They're also running a number of public open multiplayer servers if you want somewhere to quickly get in and play it, although note that the supercarrier module is used in these missions, so what are you waiting for? Get over to the description of this video and grab the mod and give it a go yourself. I hope you enjoyed, and take care.